Good afternoon, 6-4 parents. Mr. Hagedorn here with our first weekly update of the third quarter. Before we talk about math, we've got one announcement we want to make. So Monday, February 6th, we will be having our awards for the kids. We'll be inviting parents into the building to see the awards, and then we're going to play some bingo, something we like to do with the kids, just so they can kind of hang out and get to spend some time as a 6-4 team, because we don't get to do that a lot anymore. Right. So again, that's Monday, February 6th at Flight School. That'll be from 8:15 to 8:50. Parents are welcome to come into the building for our award ceremony and a little fun game of bingo. Right. For math next week, Math 6, we will be taking our NC Math check-in. This is just a formative kind of assessment for me to see how the kids are doing at this point in the year that the state now requires. That'll be Monday and Tuesday. After that, we'll be working on our study guide, and we will have our quiz either Friday or Monday, still debating when that will be, about greatest common factor, least common multiple, and then adding and subtracting fractions. All right, Math 6 Plus, we have a quiz on Monday on expressions. And then they will be taking the math check-in Tuesday and Wednesday, Math 6 Plus. And then we will start our equations part of our expressions and equations unit the rest of that week. All right, have a great week, and we'll see you on Monday.
Hello. All right, for ELA next week, students have a quiz on Monday, and we have practiced already twice. There is a practice online in the Google Stream that the kids can practice on this weekend, and it is 15 vocabulary terms based on what we've been studying right now. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're in our World Without Fish book, and we are learning what's going on with the environment and why Mark Kurlansky and other scientists are worried about our fish depletion problem. And then Thursday and Friday, students have their ELA check-in of next week, and that wraps up ELA for next week. Hope you have a good weekend.
All right, hello, 6-4 Families Science Update. We started Layers of the Earth this past week. It's a pretty fast unit. We ended it today with our quiz, and you can see that I noted for the homework that any late work for Layers of the Earth is due a week from today. That's a little bit different than last quarter. We're not going to let them to the end of the quarter do the work. We're going to give deadlines, and this one we have until next Friday. Now, the quiz we took today was pretty amazing. Kids were not allowed to use their notes. They actually had to study, and then they weren't given a word bank, so they actually had to use those brains and put that brain power to work, and it was amazing. They did wonderful today. So overall, give props to those kids. They did really well. They showed they actually got the content about what is the layers made of, what's happening underneath our feet. And we're going to take that a step further next week. We're going to build some stop motion videos about layers of the earth, but then we're going to get into plate tectonics. Now, plate tectonics is not a hard unit. It's just a lot of vocab. So we're going to be getting a lot of new vocab next Wednesday. Just be aware of that. And we're going to spend the next 2 weeks on plate tectonics, but I'll talk more about that next week. So layers of the earth this week, finishing that on Tuesday, starting plate tectonics on Wednesday.
And finally, some social studies. Welcome to the third quarter. So social studies in the third quarter starts with a unit on politics as we continue this kind of acronym GRAPE. So we did geography, religion, and achievements first semester, and now we start politics, and that means government. And we're going to be talking about the different types of government. So the last couple of days we've been talking about words like autocracy, which means one person in charge, or the rule of one. We've been talking about oligarchy, which is the rule of a few, and we've been talking about democracy, which is the rule of the many. So we've been talking about those three kind of basic ideas around government, and then some of the different autocracies like monarchies versus a constitutional monarchy versus an absolute monarchy. And we're continuing with the types of government right now. You can see our exit ticket essential question today was how are aristocracy and a theocracy different? So we need to know what those are and why they're different. So we're going to continue that with the next couple of days, talking about different types of government. And then we're going to get into some citizenship next week. as well as the ancient world. So we'll be talking about Justinian's Code, the Magna Carta. We'll be talking about the 12 Tables of Rome, some of Hammurabi's codes, some of those historic law codes and rules in government and how it worked in the ancient world and how it's maybe shifted a little bit as we get into the modern world. So that's our unit on politics. It's a 5-week unit, so we'll be talking about that for the next couple of weeks. All right. If you have any questions, let us know. If not, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.